Yes. What's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G, and back again with another video. And today we're going to be talking about some stuff. We're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. Now let's get straight into it. Yes, let's get straight into it. So if you guys haven't already heard, guess what? Ainsley Maitland-Niles is on his way to West Bromwich Albion. Yes, Ainsley Maitland-Niles is on his way to West Bromwich Albion. That is the first piece of news that we're going to be talking about today. We're also going to be talking about David Luiz. Is it possible David Luiz could be getting a new contract at Arsenal? Another extension to his contract? That would be horrendous. But you know what? That is some of the stuff that they're talking about today. In addition to Joe Willock. They're saying Joe Willock could possibly be on a move to Newcastle. Yes, to Newcastle. And you guys know something? Newcastle are also in for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. But there is a rule in the Premier League which says you cannot sign two players from the same club on loan. So if Newcastle were interested in Ainsley Maitland-Niles and and Joe Willock, they would have to figure out a way to get both of them through the door, but without signing both. They would have to sign one of them on a permanent deal, because you cannot get two players on loan for one Premier League club. That is a rule, ladies and gentlemen. In addition to that, if you haven't already heard, Patrick Van Aanholt. Arsenal are heavily linked to Patrick Van Aanholt. It is not official that nothing is official yet with Patrick. That he has not signed for the club, but we are linked to him heavily. And you know what? It could be a situation where Arsenal could possibly get him through the door before the end of the window. Now, there's also been a link to another right back, Hakimi. We've been linked to Hakimi, ladies and gentlemen. This is a strange one for me, in my opinion. I didn't think we would seriously in for Hakimi, but I guess we are. And you know what? We're linked heavily to Hakimi now from Inter Milan. And this has come up this morning. I seen it. And I seen that we were linked to Hakimi as one of the players that were monitoring his situation currently at Inter Milan in order to get him in the summer. Now, would this be the right back for you guys? Would this be the right back that you guys want to bring in? Now, this has been a window where we've gotten a lot of people out the door. We've gotten the likes of Mesut Ozil out to Fenerbahce. Mesut Ozil has now left to Fenerbahce, and that was a big part of our window. Mesut Ozil going to Fenerbahce, right? We also had other guys come in, like Odegaard. We have Odegaard come in. We'd had the guy like Matt Ryan come in through the door. And we've even heard links about other players that possibly could be coming in, right? But the main story for today is that we have now shedded weight, and we have reduced our squad by getting rid of the likes of Ainsley Maitland-Niles, getting rid of the likes of Squadron Mustafi. And you know what? These things are just great to hear, guys. These are great things to hear. And you know what? I'm just excited that we can now move on to the next stages of our season. And hopefully this means we can now pick up on the second half of the season and move forward. Now let's get straight into each transfer and what it means for Arsenal. I got Samuel here with me, and we're going to get right into it right now. Samuel, what's going on?
What's going on, bro? You know, the past couple of days been tough, you know. Everyone here, you know, stands with Prime, you know, no to racism. You know, we're all for standing with Prime. You know, all those individuals involved, you know, will comment on no one's channels anymore. And of that, you know, there's no place for racism in society. So Prime, we love you and we're all with you. As for today, you know, I'm just glad Mustafi's gone, yeah. Because Liverpool, they bought that Kabak, what's his name, Kabak?
Who knows, bro? I'm not gonna even. One of those guys you know on FIFA, you don't really know him in real life.
Kabak, whatever his name is, you know, he go to Liverpool, made Mustafi leave Arsenal. You know what? Which is Frankie Liverpool, I'm guessing. Mustafi, the click is out the door. You know, I just realized Kolasinac, Ozil, Socrates, Mustafi. The click is gone. You know, I'm just happy, yo. And Joe Willock, oh my god. Finally, we can bring on someone going off the bench instead of 80th minute every game. Joe Willock. Bro. Breath of fresh air today. Breath of fresh air. I'm feeling.
What do you think? Okay, so let's get started. Let's just get straight into it, guys. If you guys don't already know, today is the 1st of February, the transfer deadline day. At the end of the day, at 11 o'clock, the window is closed, right? 11 o'clock British time. So, but players will be able to be still registered until the 2nd of February to get the sheets done and everything done, and the player registration and everything can be announced the next day. So get the formalities out of the way. First things first, I want to talk about Patrick Van Aanholt. Is it anywhere? What have you heard about the Patrick Van Aanholt story? Is it even a story anymore?
Well, what I've heard from the Crystal Palace side is that he's apparently going to leave Crystal Palace today. So, you know, all the Crystal Palace inside is saying, you know, the most likely person to leave Crystal Palace today is Patrick Van Aanholt. And we're in the market for a left back. I can't see Ryan Bertrand leaving Southampton. I think Southampton did get angry at us for the Maitland-Niles deal because apparently we were demanding too much in a negotiation. So
no, 20 million or take it or leave it. 20 million, take it or leave it. Nothing else.
But they were upset about it. So maybe Patrick Van Aanholt. I prefer him over Bertrand anyway because Patrick Van Aanholt is solid. You know, he's a solid left back. I've always rated him. You know, he's been appearing on people's channels, YouTube channels. Maybe when it comes to Arsenal, he can go to EGTV again. But you know what? He'll be a solid backup. I'll tell you, solid.
Yeah, true. Yo, do me a favor if you could just message Kesh because he was supposed to come on. I think he didn't realize we started. Now, guys, let's get straight into this Patrick Van Aanholt story. Let's see what we can find on the internet because what I seen was that Arsenal were looking at Tyreek Mitchell, and we completely look past the part that Patrick Van Aanholt's contract is running down, and he could be an option coming over to Arsenal. Now I know Patrick Van Aanholt is what, 31? How old is he again?
30,
is he 31?
30 around.
He's 30. He's 30, and this would be since his move from Chelsea. This would be his biggest move, right? This would be his last chance to make a big move. He's been linked to the likes of United before. He's been linked to the likes of all sorts of different clubs. And you know what? This is his opportunity to get back up into the top echelon of the Premier League. And you know what, Patrick Van Aanholt, today, this is the first story that I heard. And you know what? It makes sense when Roy Hodgson's linking him. He's saying he's good enough to play for Arsenal. Why would he be saying?
You know what? It makes more sense though. It makes more sense because he lives in London already. You know, there's no need for him to move houses. So this is a win-win for both parties in my eyes.
Yeah. So Crystal Palace, he's attracted interest, but at the same time, it's nothing's near completed. Like, he could join, but is he going to join? It would have to be done like in the last couple of minutes. Right now, it's just a rumors, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a rumor. This is not.
Jeb, I see Jeb in the comments. Van Aanholt equals Teeny. Relax yourself. You've got Ben Chilwell at left back. Relax, Jeb.
This is just one of those things that everyone needs to look at. Like, it's an option right now. It's not a done deal. And you know what? The fact is, Kieran Tierney's out right now for the next game. And we're gonna need a backup. We're gonna need a backup. We're gonna need somebody to come in and do the job. And you know what? If he can come in and do a job, why not? Like, I see a lot of you guys talking about him, but why not?
I won't be a devil's advocate here. Cedric has been good at left back in the past 2 games. So is there really a need for him? Because Cedric can slot in. Come on,
man. Come on. Don't say that. There is a need for a backup left back. Cedric can only do so much.
No, I was just saying devil's advocate here. And people saying stream crashed the gal. There's no problem with the stream.
What do you mean stream crashed?
Lag. Everyone's saying it's lagging out.
Why is it lagging?
Is it fine now?
This would be his last chance. You gone? No, it's fine. It's fine. It's working now. No, my computer's fucked up. Anyways, enough about that. Moving on. 1 second. Let's keep it moving. Okay, so when it comes to the whole Tyreek Mitchell thing, I think we looked at Ryan Bertrand, we looked at Tyreek Mitchell, we looked at all these other options that we have that we could be bringing in, but necessarily the only guy now it looks like that we're being linked to is Patrick Van Aanholt, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen, guys. It does not look like it's gonna happen.
How many hours do we have left? You got like
we got basically 4 hours.
I mean, Van Aanholt's not that far away. Just a medical check, bid. 3 hours. We could get it done over the deadline.
I think it's gonna happen.
I think it's a 40% chance, in my opinion.
I think it's not gonna happen, man. I think at this point we can just pretty much rule it out, say it's not gonna happen, because it just seems like it's not gonna happen at this point. No, it's not going to happen, man. Let's be honest. We're not going to get a backup left back in time for the window. But in all honesty, it's been a good window. Even though we haven't gotten a left back in, we have had a remarkable window in the sense that we've gotten rid of so much dead wood. We've gotten rid of Socrates. We've gotten rid of.
I'm just going to send you a tweet for the summer about where's Get French Football News, because that league is dying. Literally, it is dying.
Let me just mute you for a second, bro. Honestly, do you guys really think we can go the remainder of the season with only Cedric as a backup to Bellerin and thing, or what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do in those positions? Because it's quite interesting now that we don't have Ainsley and we don't have Kolasinac. What are we gonna do in the left back position? Are we gonna play Saka there? Are we going to play Callum Chambers there? What are we gonna do? What do you think?
You know, Callum Chambers, he hasn't played in a year. I remember Arteta's first game, he was solid against Chelsea. Then he got that injury, and then it's been like 1 year and 1 month later, and this guy's gone. I think Callum Chambers, I don't think Mikel Arteta sees anything for him. You know, maybe in training he's not working hard as other players. Then again, he's a better centre back than Rob Holding, but maybe his training levels, maybe he's still worried that he's going to get injured again after a year of recovering. I don't know, but there's a lot of options we have at centre back. You know, I just realised we have like 7 centre backs. Not one of them is world class, literally.
No, but the thing is, there's been a lot of links to all sorts of players. But you know what? I don't think Patrick Van Aanholt is something that's going to stick. Now let's just look at this. So this is what they said. This is the report. It came from the Mirror, right?
Mhm.
This is the report, and it came from the Mirror. Let's just move before we finish the Patrick Van Aanholt story. I'm just going to click this and show you guys what the report says. So Arsenal plot Patrick Van Aanholt swoop after Tyreek Mitchell blew, right? Arteta is looking to bring in a left back to provide cover for Tierney ahead of Monday's transfer, right?
Mhm.
Now, the 30-year-old Van Aanholt's out of contract in the summer, and Palace are tempted to let him leave to avoid losing him in 6 months' time for free. So it makes sense for Crystal Palace to let him go since they're not planning on getting him to re-sign the contract, and it makes sense for Arsenal to bring him in.
You know, the maximum we could get him for £1 million, you never know. Put a £1 million bid in, you know. For a club that costs, it's nothing. So if you bid $1 million, maybe it'll go through, maybe you're not. I'm looking at maybe the £500,000 to £2 million area. That's what I'm looking at. It's a cheap option, a quick option, an easy option to go for in my eyes.
Okay. Yeah, so we're going to stop that there. And now we're going to move on to the next part of this conversation here. The conversation moves from Patrick Van Aanholt into Squadron Mustafi. Now, Squadron Mustafi, this here, guys, Squadron Mustafi's moving, guys. Squadron Mustafi's out the door. Him and the Rat Pack are almost finished. The Rat Pack are finished, people. The Rat Pack are
The
finished.
Mole Pack, the Snake 9 pack.
Yeah, so the likes of Mesut Ozil, the likes of Socrates, the likes of Said Kolasinac, the likes of Mustafi are all out the door in the same window. Pretty much, they're pretty much all out the door. The only person who actually still has a contract at Arsenal is Said Kolasinac. Everyone else has had their contract terminated. So we're Termination FC, we're Terminator FC for this whole weekend. And now let's just move this title. So
You know what? Yeah, I just want to go on something.
Mustafi.
So we lost £35 million for Mustafi because we bought him 35 million like 4 years ago, and he's gone away for free. I mean, our club's business, man, is just so bad. And everyone, if you want to see how badly run we are, just go to the previous video on this channel about AFC Bell's revelation about Arsenal. You know, it's a good watch. It's actually very interesting as well. So after this video is finished, head over there and hit the like on that video. It's a good watch.
Yeah, facts. Go check that out, guys. But right now, let's just keep it locked here for a little bit longer. We're gonna check Fabrizio Romano's tweet. So what happened with Arsenal was they were looking at getting rid of Socrates, Kolasinac, Mustafi, and all these guys on some sort of wages, right? Trying to get some sort of some sort of deal across the line, but we couldn't get any deal across the line for him. So what ended up happening was Mustafi ended up reaching agreement with Arsenal to terminate his contract, right? Which now let him go on a free to Schalke, which ended up setting off a whole catalyst of events that led to Liverpool now signing this Kabak guy on loan until the end of the season. So we basically assisted Liverpool to get a loan deal.
You know that? Have you played Mortal Kombat? You know that Kabul guy, that Kabul.
Nah, just chill. Let me finish my point. So yeah, so isn't it crazy how we basically helped Liverpool get a deal over the line? If it wasn't for us giving Mustafi or terminating Mustafi's contract, Liverpool wouldn't be able to get the Kabul deal over the line. What do you think about that?
It's Kabul. Kabul is the city where I'm from in Afghanistan, Miguel.
I
Kabul,
don't,
obviously.
how do you,
Kabul, Kabak.
however you pronounce his name?
Kabak. Yeah, Kabul's a city in Afghanistan. But you know what? Mustafi, it was long overdue. I remember, what was it, 17-18 season when we lost the Europa League semis to Atletico Madrid. And I think it was Emery when he first came in. Everyone was saying, "Let's get rid of Mustafi." You know, Mustafi's not that good. I mean, it's been 3 years overdue. But I'll tell you what, Mustafi's down for Arsenal was. I'm gonna take your minds back. Before the 3-1 loss to United in 2017, he was our best centre back. He was balling, you know, and the North London derby, scored a goal. He was our best centre back that year. He had a 20-match unbeaten run when he first signed for Arsenal, but he got injured against the United game, and then he came in a 3-3 draw at the Emirates right before Christmas, I think, yeah. And since then, it's been shit. He cost us Champions League football as well. Let's not forget that the Zaha goal, where he was just there, Zaha ran through him, and he just stopped, and then he blamed it on Leno. He blamed it on Leno, man. It was just a running circus, bro. It was just a
Listen,
circus.
Squadron Mustafi has had his time in the sun where everything, like, Squadron Mustafi, man, he's done a lot of bad things at Arsenal. As I can't even name all the bad things he's done. Like,
Have you seen that compilation?
You could find a million compilations. What's the point? There's no point of getting into it. Like, he's done so much. He's done so much to hurt us. I think he's dropped us so much points over the past couple of years that it's not even fair to even, like.
He cost the manager job as well. That's what I'm saying.
He's cost 2 managers their job, because let's be honest, he was a big part of that whole thing. But you know what? I think it's actually quite interesting. Do you really believe that a club that, like Arsenal, who generally does not like to take a loss on anything, was willing to actually pay the full contract of Mesut Ozil, pay the full contract of Mustafi until the end of the season, pay the full contract of Socrates until the end of the season, take out £120 million loan to even get these things over the line? Like, do you guys think this was good? This is a good thing? I know he's the only World Cup winner, and we get rid of him. I know, but it doesn't mean anything. Let's be honest. He's a World Cup winner, but it doesn't mean he was the best player. He barely even played. He played in the semifinals. I think that was it.
No, he played against Ghana. One game against Ghana.
He played Ghana and he played semifinals. He got in as a right back, I think, in the semifinals of World Cup. So you know what? Good riddance to all of them. I hope they do well wherever they are. I hope Schalke stays up, so then Schalke can actually buy Kolasinac on a permanent. And you know what? All these guys, they have had their time, and their time has come. And you know what? Their time is done. Their time is done at Arsenal, in my opinion. But now I'm just gonna mute you for a second, Samuel. I want to get into the next part. The next part, guys, is gonna shock you. This next part is gonna shock you. You're gonna be a little shocked. David Luiz. Apparently, David Luiz is in talks for a new contract. David Luiz is in conversation for a new contract. People, I don't know what to say. I absolutely have no idea what to say. David Luiz, a man who has cost us a lot of points throughout the season, a man who has cost us at many different points throughout the season, is now in contract talks for a new deal at Arsenal. Did you guys hear about this, or am I the only one? Like, this was brought to my attention today, and you know what? I think they're trying to keep him around based on his. Arteta does see a future for him at Arsenal in the near future. He does see him part of his plans, maybe going into next season, because he does see a lot of center backs leaving the club, and this could be a situation where he hails him as a leader. He hails him as somebody who commands the dressing room. And you know what? If he is going to bring him in, if he's going to bring him in as another one of those leaders in the team, and he's going to make him one of the captains, I could see him give him another contract. The man is currently 33 years old, and Arsenal are in a conversation to extend his contract going into the summer. And you know what? This is just an interesting turn of events. I thought they gave him an extra year just as a stopgap, but now it looks like he could be getting a permanent long-term deal, like just one more year. But still, that one extra year could cost us in the long run. if he does lose his points or he does have bad performances. Right now, his performances have been decent when he plays, but he shouldn't be first choice. He should be at least third choice at best. What do you think, Samuel?
I think this is a move by the club. You know, it shows us a lot about the summer. Maybe they're not going to get another centre back in. You know, so they said, listen, we've got no money to spend on the centre backs next summer, so let's just keep this guy around. You know, do you think he's earned his contract so far? Because you know what, unlike last season when he had those errors, he's really had that game this season. I just don't want to jinx it, but he's really had that game, you know, where he just has that one major F up. Maybe because everyone else around him was so bad that those mistakes we just haven't seen them because everyone else is so shit this season. Earlier, not now, but everyone's doing decent. But early in the season, you know, everyone else is poor. I don't think he's earned it. He's 34 years of age. If we want to move on as a club, then I'm sorry, we shouldn't give David Luiz a new contract. Maybe give it to a youth kid, bring back Saliba next summer, or even get a free transfer centre back, which I'm going to look at now on Transfermarkt, because there's a lot of players that their contracts are expiring and you can still approach them as of right now.
Okay, so guys, I'm hearing that Joe Willock has signed for Newcastle. I'm just gonna check that right now. But before we do that, 1 second, Samuel. I'm just gonna pull this up on the screen. Charles Watts has said, here's Charles Watts' report on the Newcastle situation. Let's just pull it up right now before we move on. 1 second. 1 second. Here we go. And here's what Charles Watts says. It's a credit to him. He enjoys working with him. Arteta hails the influence that David Luiz has and his hunger to still improve, but says his contract has not yet an agenda right now. So they have not spoken yet. They have not had the conversations yet, but they are leaning towards giving him a new contract. Now, I know some of you guys in the comment section are saying, I know what you guys are saying, WSL, FC, I see what you're saying, but it looks like they're not going to go for the younger, unexperienced guys. They might stick with the situation with David Luiz. Now, I'm going to go on to the next portion of this, where we give you a little update on what's going on with the young guys. You guys know what's going on already. What's going on? Why is this crashed? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
The thing keeps lagging. Yeah, the thing keeps lagging.
Someone said you got a Mogadishu internet.
Nah, bro, I don't know. It's not me. It's literally not me. I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, now let's give an update on what's going on with Joe Willock, Reece Nelson, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Let's give you guys an update on what's going on with the young guys. So, where do we begin? Where do we begin with the three young guys? Where do we begin, guys? Who wanted to see all three of them on loan? How many of you guys wanted to see them all on loan? Right? Because I'm sorry, guys, I can't get to all your comments. So, if you wanted, Willock, let's go Willock first.
I think you know what? Instead of loan, everyone would say sell instead of loan.
I would have sold Willock.
Is there anything on the loan contract with an obligation or option to buy on it? Did Newcastle have an option? Because he started one game this season, I think, yeah. And listen, every time he's come out this season, he's been dead. Even in the Europa League against those dead teams, he was still dead. I mean, if you look at him and Saka, and they came out at the same time. Listen, bro, the mentality is different from them. Not. I think Willock is lazy. He's selfish. If you remember Mikel Arteta's first home game, yeah, where we could have beat Chelsea, we could have put the game to bed. But this guy wants to be the hero too much. He could have passed it to Lacazette. We would have won the game, but instead he goes for the shot. Even against Bournemouth last season, he was 1-on-1. He could have passed it to Pepe. We could have scored, but no, he wants to be the hero again. So all in all, good riddance, man. Good riddance.
Good riddance, bro. You're harsh.
Good. Listen, bro. He's one of those youth players that is just not good. Listen, these current crop of youth players are good, but he's not one of them. One of them was bound to be bad.
Okay, I see you in the background supporting the Glazers.
You see that? But no. There's no difference between me and a United fan buying United shirt. So exactly, stop being hypocritical. Because some United fans do buy United shirts. So there's no difference in buying this. Bang
Okay.
United.
Okay. I think the Chiefs are gonna win, definitely, in my opinion.
I don't know.
I don't support Tom Brady in anything he does. Fuck Tom Brady. Now, where are we gonna begin? Where are we gonna begin?
Should go.
Where should we
No,
begin? One second.
best or last.
Let me just do this quickly. If you could just mute your mic for a second, bro. And then let's just share this screen so you guys can see who out of the three guys that could have left. I thought Reece Nelson was the more guaranteed player to leave out of all three of them. But surprisingly, Joe Willock and Ainsley were the two guys to leave the club, right? So Joe Willock looks like he has pretty much made his move. I'm just gonna double check that right now. It looks like Joe Willock's move is completed, right? Joe Willock's move to Newcastle has completed, right?
Has Nico
And then
posted anything?
yeah, no, the deal is done, bro. It's reported by BBC. I could show you guys right now if you want. Let's just scroll down. Let's scroll down. Joe Willock, yeah, there we go. So as you guys can see, hashtag transfer deadline. Oh, that's a bad picture of him. Joe Willock has completed his loan move to Newcastle from Arsenal, officially confirmed by the source, the BBC. And if you guys want, we can go straight to the BBC to go double check BBC Sports, and we can show you guys. That the deal is done. What do you think about Joe Willock going to Newcastle? I think, you know what, Newcastle. I don't know. I don't know what to think, because you think he's gonna get a lot of game time in Newcastle.
I've been looking at the Newcastle fans like Kendall Sweat, and they're not happy about this transfer. They came in. So you go on.
No. Go ahead.
No, I think Newcastle came in to get Nelson and Maitland-Niles, either of the two, and they couldn't agree on terms, so they went up going for Joe Willock, which I mean was the worst out of three. And if you go on Kendall Sweat, you know she's not happy about it. She said, Arsenal fans, what can I expect from Joe Willock? And I said, you know what? He's so good, you can have him for free. Literally. Just take him right now. Just take him. Take him for free. Because that's what he's worth to us. Nothing. You know, he doesn't bring that much forward. He doesn't bring that much back. All in all, Newcastle, you're getting a proper Newcastle player. He's worth nothing.
No, he's not. You're harsh. I think Joe Willock, what he offers them is another runner into the box, late into the box. He is a creator, but at the same time, you could also play him on the wings as a creative outlet on that. Instead of playing Joe Linton on the wing, you play Joe Willock on the wing. He'll offer you something as an inside playmaker. Kesh, what are you saying? You're in the cut with us now. What do you think about Joe Willock going to Newcastle?
Good move for him, to be fair. It all depends on how Bruce going to set up, but as you just said, better than playing Joe Linton out wide. It will offer you more in terms of energy and just his pure directness. I think Newcastle can do with more players that can be direct.
Yeah, I don't know what people in the comment section are thinking. I haven't looked at the comments in a little bit. I'm gonna open that up right now. But in the meantime, what can Newcastle expect from Joe Willock? Because in my opinion, I think Newcastle can expect a player who's always gonna get back into a tackle. In addition to that, can always pick his as long as he can pick his head up and pick up those passes, he will offer them more creativity than some of the players they have.
I don't think necessarily creativity that you offer. I think he'll offer a goal threat. I think he can go there and be their biggest goal threat.
Really?
I really do.
Oh wow, that's a big shout from you, bro. I feel like we haven't seen him link up enough in the goal side of things.
No, not necessarily. That's because the few times he's played and things like that, this season, like there's not really been many chances created. But in terms of the chances that he does get on, if you feed him, he will be a threat. He will be a danger man for him.
Yeah, that's
true. They don't really score much goals. They look towards like Carroll and what's called Joe Linton to chip in along with Wilson, but it's mainly Wilson that's their goal scorer. And I think if you give Willock the chance to make those second runs in behind Wilson and things like that, he will score goals.
You know what? There is a rule. If you guys don't know, people, there's a rule where you can only loan one player per team. So if Newcastle were trying to get Joe Willock on loan, they wouldn't be able to get Ainsley Maitland-Niles also on loan. Did you know that? Yep. Hello, am I here by myself?
Yeah, no, my mic was muted. I heard that they wanted to come in for Maitland-Niles or Nelson, and Willock was their third choice. So, and all those other two deals failed. So they all went in for Willock, and you know what? It happened. I mean, this is typical Newcastle, you know, just going for the cheap option, going for the bad option. But you know what? Props to them for taking him off us, and good luck to him.
Yeah, definitely good luck to him. Honestly, I hope he absolutely smashes it at Newcastle and they end up buying him. Right now, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Ainsley Maitland-Niles has made a move also. I wouldn't say it's a similar move. It's quite different. He's made a move to West Bromwich Albion, right? What do you guys think about the move to West Bromwich Albion for Ainsley?
I see this as a good transfer, you know, for Maitland-Niles and West Brom. I think it's one of the best transfers that could happen today. You know, it's just work experience with him on Big Sam. I don't know where Big Sam's going to play him, though. Is he going to play him more in the defensive role? Is he going to stick him in midfield? Is he going to play him as a winger like he used to do in the academy? Just don't know, but hopefully it all works out for him. It works out for West Brom, because I think this is a good transfer for everyone.
What about you, Kesh? What do you think about Ainsley going to West Bromwich Albion? Where do you think he plays also? Because I feel like he'll play in the midfield or on the right wing.
Ideally, I saw that Leicester was going to him. I thought we could have got rid of him for permanent, but it's not to be. I think it's just temporary. I think he'll be gone in the summer. I genuinely do feel that he'll be gone in the summer. I don't really see a place for him in the team. If there was a place for his team, he wouldn't be going out alone.
No, I think this was the final nail in his coffin, bro. When it comes to his career at Arsenal, generally, I don't see how he's gonna come back from this. Because if you couldn't get into a team when we have an injury, when we got rid of our best backup left back in Kolasinac, and we have no actual backup right back except for Cedric, you couldn't stamp your authority over Cedric. You're never gonna get into midfield. Your career at Arsenal is done, mate.
Yeah.
Like Ainsley Maitland-Niles to West Brom, to me, it's a loan, people. It's not a permanent deal. His deal is a loan deal. At the end, and at the end of it, I feel like there's no option or obligation to buy. That's the thing, also, right? So that's what's going on with Ainsley. But yeah, honestly, bro, Ainsley on loan just tells me that the club had no idea what they were doing when they rejected that £15 million deal. They did that just based on the hopes that they would get more money, because at that time the man was England international, starting games for England during that international break. He did this also to try to get pushed to get into the England international team. He made this move so in the hopes to move into that England team.
It's Euros this summer, ain't it? Euro 21.
Yeah. Do you think he'll get into it? Because I hope he can.
I mean, if he's going to play right back, I don't see it. I generally don't see it, because that's the most competitive position. I think England have the most right backs in the world that can get into the team. So if he's a midfielder, then maybe. But as of right now, I don't see him getting in.
Okay, so yeah, here's David Onstein's tweet. David Onstein's tweet, guys. He said, one second. Let me just put that on screen. Kesh, you with us? What do you think? They didn't sell him for 15 million. And now this is happening, and it's like they're not even selling him. It's just a loan deal until the end of the summer. No option to buy. It was too late for Sheffield United to try for them to try to come in for him. What am I talking about? That's completely different. It was too late for Leicester to try to come in for him, because Leicester wanted to buy him last minute. Southampton, they dilly-dallied and they couldn't get him. And then Newcastle can't get two players on loan at the same time. So what do you think about that?
Ideally, if it weren't going to be permanent to Leicester, you'd have wanted him to go to Southampton, who plays at least decent football. But obviously, beggars can't be choosers, so you can have to just take the West Ham deal. Hopefully, he goes there, performs well, and maybe we can get 20 mil for him in the summer.
Yeah, agree. Did you hear what do you call it? All the clubs that were in for him. Like there was like 4 to 5 different clubs in for him. Southampton were probably the most serious club in for him. But after Southampton, Leicester came in and they last minute tried to give Arsenal a bid to buy him. And then with a loan deal with an option to buy. Apparently, Arsenal were not interested in getting rid of him to Leicester because they see Leicester as a challenger for those positions that we're trying to get into. Is that a good move by the club, or do you think that's because I've seen some people making jokes about it on Twitter?
No, probably is. You never know. You never know. You don't really want to strengthen a rival, do you?
Yeah.
You never do. You never do. But yeah, there's just been so much stuff. Now let's go into Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson. Do you guys hear about Reece Nelson's situation?
What I've heard is that you can't get him out on loan. It's too late now. I think what did he want to go? I think Newcastle were in for him as well, but nothing was agreed.
Unai Emery was in for him. Unai Emery was in. Valencia were also in for him. So some guys, a lot of people were interested in him, but what ended up happening was the situation with Newcastle. Newcastle did not have the correct. I don't think they seen Newcastle as a good option for his own confidence. Because I don't know. Do you know more about the Reece Nelson situation, Cash? Because what I seen was Reece Nelson is now lacking confidence and he's not happy with his situation and his game time, even though Arsenal at times did not have enough players to play in his position.
It's simply just not good enough. That's it.
Wow, you're harsh, bro. You're harsh. You're just harsh. That's how you're gonna say it. He's just not good enough for you.
It's just not good enough.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, I think this is what they were talking about earlier. They're saying there was no agreement between Arsenal and Valencia for Reece Nelson to go on loan. The deal is not happening. Other clubs were interested, but he could end up staying at Arsenal. Arsenal are still looking to get a backup left back today. And this is what Fabrizio Romano tweeted about 4 hours ago. And it looks like Valencia was the biggest contender to get him in last minute. Like, I don't know what he's going to end up doing at Valencia. Kesh, you know a little bit more about Spanish football than I do. Was Valencia a big contender to get him in? Do you think he would get game time there?
I think they would, because the start of the season they had to lose a few players. They had to produce that English youngsters all for the first team. So they're probably a bit light on that front. So I can see why they're trying to bring him in.
Yeah, but the Valencia are in financial trouble, so they're on the brink of collapse. So, and even then, the Spanish league is a good league to go play. You know, I think it would have been a good move for him.
1 second. Let me get my facts straight. WSL said Southampton did not dilly-dally. They asked him to play in the midfield. He asked to play in the midfield. They said no. We did not want to sell to Leicester because it would be improving a European rival. That is true. And let me find out more about the Southampton situation, because I don't really know too much about it. But I felt like, do you think he would say that to them? Would he be like straight up, yo, if I'm not playing in the midfield, I'm not coming?
Or
Yeah.
also, as someone said, yeah, Sky said Diego Costa is going to join an unnamed top 6 club. I'm not sure about that.
Okay, so
top 6. Someone said it's top 6, so it's not us then.
Here's another Reece Nelson story. So it says, as it stands, Reece Nelson will remain at Arsenal. Arsenal are open to loaning him out as offers suited comes in and materialize. Chambers is also likely to stay this window. Like Nelson, could have also been allowed if there was a suitable offer. Now, these deals I don't think these deals last minute. Were we not looking to try to get rid of these guys until the last minute? Like, what's going on?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
Bro, listen, all these deals, listen, I'm just glad to get them out the door so they can get experience. Maybe if one of them, you know, could bust it out, clean it out, and just ball out, then maybe we can come back to the squad. I think the most likely one to come back, if all 3 went on loan, is Nelson. But I see the most likely one to leave is Maitland-Niles. I think we'll never see him in an Arsenal shirt again.
Okay, so Southampton pulled out of the Ainsley Maitland-Niles talks, and the player wasn't interested to join Newcastle. Southampton ended their interest because Ainsley Maitland-Niles was increasingly frustrated in the negotiations with his representatives. That's what it specifically says right here. Let me just pull that up for you on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. That's what it says right there. So that's what that said. Now, have you guys heard anything about Balogun? Because Balogun completely went quiet today. There's nothing about Balogun today because I guess they have other stories to be covering.
No, I'm not sure, so I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about Balogun, but I heard stuff about what's it called? Matt Smith went to Charlton on loan, right?
What you left Swindon?
Yeah, so he left Swindon and he was snapped up by Charlton on loan for the rest of the season. This happened today. That's a step up, isn't it? Big time. Where's Charlton now? They're in the Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good
I think
news.
they're
Swindon
like
was in League One.
Yeah, they were on a championship last season. They just got relegated. They're currently so Swindon are 22nd in League One and Charlton are 7th. So he went up about 14, 15 places up the table.
What?
Yeah, because Swindon are 22nd and Charlton are 7th. So we went to a team better in the division. That's what we went to.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know too much about Matt Smith, but from what I've seen, no, Kesh, you probably know more because you watch the academies. What can you tell us a little bit more about Matt Smith and have you seen anything of his?
He's been their best player. Their fans love him. Like when it comes to linking up, he's been very solid, creating chances. He does need to work a bit on his play going back towards goal though. But I think he's got a bright future. I'm not sure it will be at Arsenal though, but he's got a bright future in the game.
Yeah. What about you, Samuel? Have you watched anything about the young kid? And you know what? This is what we should be doing, though, Cash. We should be loaning out these guys that we don't see a direct spot to get into the first team. If we don't, there's no reason to holding on to them just for sentimental value if they're not going to get game time.
Yeah, no, that's literally what your academy's for, though. Like you produce these players, you develop them. Hopefully, they make a name for themselves, and whatever profit you can make off them, you make it. Obviously, it's not every year you're gonna churn out stars or potential players with very high ceiling. Some will get lost and some will make it at the club.
Yeah, and you know what? It was an honor for him to even be on the bench for some of those games. Like, you know what I mean?
He got the FA Cup medal. I mean,
yeah, he pocketed it. Like he literally pocketed it.
You see how he took it though? He's like,
yeah,
he took it like
more medals than Kane, eh?
Oh, let's hope that this collapse continues though.
But yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel. Like, I'm confused. Why would you? If he's gonna get more game time at Swindon, they must have reassured the club that he was gonna get a lot of game time over here, because for the club to.
I think.
Or you think it was too easy for him?
It was too easy for him. They looked at the performance, and they thought, let's get into a club where the expectations probably gonna be a bit higher.
Yeah, I think there's more competition in that squad as well. That's what I think.
Okay, so yeah, hopefully he does good. You know what? We're gonna. I might check up on him again in like a couple months' time, see how he's doing. Cause
wait, Gal, could you put up the tweet I sent you from earlier? It's about the French leagues and about probably our summer transfer plans as well. It doesn't mention us, but the French league financially.
What's going on over there?
It's going down because the league is in the whole league. All the teams are in financial difficulties. So yeah, have you found it?
I'm looking for it right now. I'm looking for it.
DM'd it to you. So
when it comes to financial troubles because of the TV deal that they have, they are in financial trouble because of the TV deal. But is it to a point where some of those clubs could go bust?
Yeah, a majority of those clubs in the league could go bust. So probably maybe in the summer we should go all out for the French teams, you know, Go to Lyon. Go to
No, but
Marseille.
we have an issue. We have an issue where we actually need to go into a financial. We need to get some of these players. Yo, what the hell? This is crazy.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Kesh, did you know about this?
What's that?
The French teams are like pretty much screwed.
Yeah, that's
financially.
true. I knew about that from the start of the season. But obviously, Leon tried to be jackasses and tried to bend us over and give it to us. But yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah,
And now-
Discovery, The Zone, and Amazon all made. If it's going on, The Zone, this Discovery Channel. You got to download the Discovery Channel. Want to show games of your own league? Offers for the French football domestic TV rights today, all below the required threshold. LFP has decided to reflect for 24 hours more followers. A FIFA Pro
I
president.
guarantee you they lose Asim Hour for
Yeah.
about 38 mil. Probably, 35 to 38 mil. Watch.
Who do you think
He's
is
gonna go to Juventus or something like that.
I don't think he's gonna go Juventus. I genuinely don't. I think a lot of teams around Europe are going to struggle to actually sign this. This is where you're going to see the English clubs make their mark.
Yeah, Arsenal did bottle signing Mbappe.
Also, about to sign Mbappe, not Brom.
Yeah, you know what? We were about to sign him. What are you gonna do? Did you hear about the Hakimi link to Arsenal?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I don't see it.
I don't think Hakimi is a smart choice also because he's a better right wing back than he is a right back.
Mm.
And that's why Real Madrid got rid of him. And you know what? I like the name. I feel like it's a big name, and that's like a Manchester United signing. They would sign a player.
He's great going forward. He's great going forward, but that's not what we need, man. We need a well-built, balanced squad that can contribute and do both sides of the game.
Listen, we don't need big name signings. We just need the quality players that is best for the team. That's what I'm going to say. So Inter Milan have seen their cash flow affected by the pandemic and were unable to make the first installment of 10 million euros on the 40 million transfer of Achraf Hakimi. While Hakimi is happy in Milan, he would be open to a move to England at the end of the season, according to Athletic.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about Hakimi is, if this was a year ago, and we were still playing with the left back, with three at the back, and this was our way to go forward, and we're going to continuously have a right winger as our right back, then Hakimi would be great. But as an out-and-out right back, I don't think he's good. Because if we were going to play with a three at the back, why would we get rid of Ainsley?
Mm-hmm. He's a bit suspect when it comes to going back to the goal.
Yeah. You know what? That's another reason why Real Madrid got rid of him and let him go for so cheap to Inter Milan. Inter Milan.
He didn't go for cheap.
45. No, remember people were saying he should be worth at least 60.
No, but listen,
remember, it was a COVID market though. You're forgetting that it was a COVID market, so that was a fair price.
Yo, listen, bro. When people seen anything, come on, what is this guy talking about? You know what? He would be expensive though. Max Aarons would be cheaper than 40 mil, don't you think?
Max Aarons, you get into about 25.
Yeah, 25, 30 million pounds
easily.
And
is this another nothing story for you guys, or do you think this is an actual story where there's something there?
No, he probably will me, but I just don't think he'll be dropped.
30 million.
But you know what? Do you see us getting rid of Bellerin this summer if we're being realistic?
Preferred retain Bellerin as the first choice. Look at that. As long as
God.
So it looks like we still prefer Bellerin as our first choice.
I don't really think that will matter.
We need a new rap.
It looks like we prefer Bellerin no matter what as our first choice. I don't know, bro. This is
Bellerin's bad defending. He's bad defending, but I don't think he's going to be upgrade on what Bellerin's going to offer. He will just be better going forward. So you're not really going to sell Bellerin, who's not really much of an asset. You're not going to get much of Bellerin today on pay 40 mil for him. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send the link out. People want to call in. Big up to Shademan, big up to TG, big up to WSL, big up to Mustafi, all the people in the chat. Kesh, I know you gotta go soon, or did you already do that? What you had to do?
I'm gonna go do it now. I'll pop back after it.
I peace out, bro. Chat to you later. And then
Bro, it's
what
gonna
do you call it? No, you stay, bro. We're gonna
and I'm
send the
staying,
link
I'm
out.
staying.
We're gonna send the link out to people. Anyone who wants to jump on, you can jump on. We can talk. Who's the first person we got here? Gunnar Sahal. Sahal, what's good, bro?
Yeah, man.
What do you
Basically,
want to
I
talk
know you're
about?
gonna say, I know you're gonna say I'm being negative. What are we thinking, bro? We letting go of Maitland Niles and not getting replacement, and it's just a joke, man. Who's gonna be our backup now? We're playing already Cedric out of position because he doesn't like Aileen Maitland. At least keep him around the squad in case of injury, because now we got nothing there. We got nothing. We got no backup players. There's no excuse that and Mustafi, I understand Mustafi is shit, but why are you letting him go? Let him go to help Liverpool. Why? Just let him go after the transfer window. Just screw them over. Who cares? They're getting a player, a good centre back for nothing. We can literally get him. Why not? Come on,
It's a hot.
Samuel, even you must admit, man, this is just stupid, man. This is stupid moves. Why are we helping Liverpool? They're our opposition, yeah? And we're saying, you know what? Here's the ball, Liverpool. Yeah, win the league. Yeah, here you go. Win the league, please.
It's a hole. It's a hole. It's not guaranteed it's gonna be a good centre back though. That's the thing.
No, but do we need a
You're acting like he's Van Dijk.
Do we need a centre back? Yes or no?
Yes, we do. But listen, be
See,
real.
there's your
No,
argument,
it's a hole.
yeah. Imagine I go to
Be
the
real,
shop
come
here
on.
with you, yeah. There's one milk here, and I'm gonna fight for the milk. I'm not gonna let you have that's ridiculous, bro. Only Arsenal do this.
No, but Sahal, let me debunk this. Yeah, it's the last milk's there. The milk costs £2. We've got £1. So there's no point.
You guys talking. One second. Sahal, 1 second. Stop.
Go.
Are you saying you're disappointed in the fact that we are helping Liverpool get a deal over the line, or are you disappointed that we're getting rid of Mustafi, getting rid of these guys at the end of the window?
No, Igal.
Without replacement.
Look,
Which one is
Igal,
it?
one leads to another. We are letting go of Mustafi in order to we're letting him go because Schalke needs a centre back. Schalke needs a centre back. Why? Because they let him. They got this Liverpool bought a centre back. So if we say, Mustafi, we're not gonna help Liverpool out. Why are we helping Liverpool out? You're staying until end of because we can cancel his contract whenever. So why are we doing it now? It makes no sense.
No, but the thing is, listen. Are you saying that if we didn't give him to Schalke, Liverpool will be forced to get Mustafi? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying, look, like Ozil, like Socrates, you can cancel contract anytime, right?
Yeah.
You can cancel
we're getting money for Mustafi.
1 second. 1 second, guys. 1 second, guys. Let the guy finish his point, bro. Sahal.
Yeah.
Hold on. I hear you. A lot of people understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, we are in 10th. We have a team that has too many players. We have too many squad players, and trimming the fat sometimes necessarily means you're going to have other solutions in those situations. We still have Chambers who can play as left back and right back. We still have Cedric who can play left back and right back. We still have other options that can play in those positions. We should not be crying over players that we don't necessarily miss. Mustafi, we will not miss. Said Kolasinac, we will not miss. All these guys, we will not miss them. So you know what, bro? I respect your opinion. I hear you, but let's move on from that topic.
There's a super chat as well.
And I'm just gonna read this super chat. You want to read it? Go ahead.
Big up Chadman93 393. Big up to him, long time donor. Donates $5 Canadian. He's your homeboy, Egal.
There you
big
go.
Big up to everyone. I think now that we have finalized the players that are going, I think the last bit of the window we will push for Van Anholt. Who knows? We talked about that earlier. I think it's likely that Van Anholt is going to happen. A 40% chance. 40 to 50%.
What do you call it? TJ, talk to me.
Just quickly, is the Ainsley Maitland-Niles deal fully over the line yet, or
it's done?
Is it just
it's
fully done? Oh, all right. Well, personally, I think that's a bad deal because who's going to be the backup left back? Is that just going to be Cedric?
It could be Cedric. It could be Van Aanholt. We don't know because it's until we've got Valis. Was it we've got 3 hours and 30 minutes to get a new left back. Van Aanholt will be relatively easy to do, but then again, Cedric at left back ain't that bad. It's not the worst thing in the world.
How much would we have to pay to get Van Anholt?
If I'm guessing, I'll see 500,000 to 1.5 mil. That's my guess.
That cheap?
Sam,
Its contract's expiring in 6 months, though. That's the thing.
I want to hear what
Oh, right.
WSL says, because WSL, I see that you read up a little bit more about this Ainsley Maitland-Niles deal. What happened with Southampton?
What they were saying with Southampton basically was Maitland-Niles, for every single club that he was offered, his main option was Leicester. He wanted to go to Leicester for obvious reasons, but the club basically denied it because at the end of the day, Leicester are obviously pushing for Champions League, Europa League. So we don't see it, you know, we don't, for obvious reasons, we don't really want to sell him or loan him to Leicester in an attempt to improve their team. So his top option other than that was Southampton, but he basically said to Southampton that he wants to play in the midfield because that's his preferred position. They basically said, we only want to use you as a fullback. And I think that's where they had a bit of like a disagreement. So they pulled out of the deal where with West Brom, he'll be able to, like, I think he's allowed to play virtually anywhere. So like he'll be able to play midfield, he'll be able to play like fullback. So he's kind of got a bit more freedom to the position that he can play in. I think West Brom was the better deal for him anyway. I think Southampton, the club wants him to play fullback. We've gone to these teams and say we want him to play fullback. He wasn't going to play fullback at Southampton. They've got Kyle Walker-Peters, they've got Bertrand. Like, I just don't see him getting in their team. And even in the midfield, I bet he struggles. So I think West Brom's the better deal. Like, yeah, they're not a very good team, but he should be aiming to be their best player. Like, look at when Callum Chambers went on loan to Fulham. He was their best player that season. So Maitland-Niles needs to be aiming to replicate that. Otherwise, he has no future at Arsenal.
Samuel, can I ask you a question, please? Why, we always say, we want to sign quality, is Van Arnold really quality, bro? Come on, man.
No, listen.
No, listen, he's a backup option. He's not going to play him. Come next summer, he's going to be third choice, second choice. For £1 million.
You have to understand. This is a stopgap.
Mm-hmm.
But usually, I'm not saying this in a bad way. Usually, our backup players play in Europa League and the cup games in it. So I think we can assign him just to play Europa League games. So I don't think he's good enough, honestly.
No, but he's played many Premier League games. He's been called up to the Holland squad many times in the past couple of years. I mean, he's doing something good if he's getting called up. And he's been playing in Premier League football in and out for the past 5 years.
What do you expect from a backup left back? Do you expect a backup left back to be able to push you for your first team spot? You expect your backup left back to be good cover for your first team left back when he's injured, and you expect your backup left back to be somebody who, when he plays, just gives you a 6 or 7 out of 10. You don't expect him to be a 10 out of 10 every performance, or else he'd be your first team left back.
My personal opinion, I don't think he's even good enough to give us 5 out of 10, man. I don't think
this was the guy we were saying was a good signing a couple of years ago for Arsenal. Remember the links of Patrick Van Aanholt? People were saying, let's get him from Palace, let's start him at Arsenal. People were saying he's better than Nacho Monreal at times. Like that to me was ridiculous.
Yeah, but Nacho, the thing was with Nacho, he was good, but he had always injuries and he was always in and out. That's why I think most of the links were because we were looking for a left back at that time because he was aging. And same thing as Arsenal, we always leave it last minute to replace player like Monreal. We should have replaced him years before because he was getting older and he would have been a perfect backup left back. But that's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you need to like, for example, if we let these players go, all of these players go, if we buy the backup left back, I don't think just anyone, like a young kid or something of quality, ain't no one gonna complain. Everyone's gonna complain.
Let me ask you this. What do you sign? Last thing I asked you before, I'm gonna freshen up the squad right now, add some more people in. What do you rate this window?
Me, with no left back, and the players they got rid of, in my personal opinion, all the players that we got rid of would have left the summer anyways, and we didn't save a lot of money. So I'm saying that the window was like a 3 out of 10 at least. It was a 3 out of 10.
No, let him have his opinion. Let him have his opinion, guys. Let him have his opinion.
Sam, bro, all of them were leaving. Who did Arteta get rid of? That's my question to you. Who
People.
did Arteta
No,
get
but
rid of?
no, listen. So how the thing is longer? Would you have kept Mustafi, Ozil, Socrates, Kolasinac until the
No,
end?
that's
Of
not the question. Is where they
What
leave
do
at the end
you
of the
rate
season?
the window?
So he didn't get rid of Deadwood. It's like me
Okay.
saying, you know what, I did the job that you did. So his contract is running out anyways.
Okay, TJ, what do you rate the window?
I'll answer your question in a second, but just first of all, you know how Sky were saying an unnamed top 6 club has signed Diego Costa.
It's gonna be us.
Do you think it's us?
We aren't a top six. We aren't a top 6 club. We're 10th, so it can't be us.
No, but like I'm thinking,
If anybody, it's Man City because Aguero's injured, got COVID. Jesus is not a good footballer, and they need a striker. So if it's going to be any top 6 club, it'll be Man City. But they're not
West
saying
Ham.
that he's
Daniel,
actually
you wanna
signed
read
yet.
this?
cool. Shadman
Okay.
free again with the Canadian dollars. The money is pouring here. The money when Igal goes back home, he's going to be a millionaire.
Stop this.
So Shadman says we didn't save a lot of money. Have you seen the wages we have freed up in response to how?
In theory, we haven't actually freed up any wages for this season. Everything that's going off the books is next year, summertime. So we haven't actually saved anything because we're paying these guys off. Where's the money coming from? We're paying them with something, aren't we?
Oh, but
Okay.
the thing is, there's
See?
them. He said, listen, of the players he got rid of, he said there was a mall and they were toxic to the dressing room. So
I
would you
understand it.
say if you've got a rat problem, would you not pay the exterminator?
Okay.
No, I'll wait until next
Look,
year. They'll
if
die
they said that,
eventually.
if they said that, look, I know they said that, but we don't even know who the players are. To be fair, on them players, yeah, we don't know who actually the rat was. But if it's them, then just then you can get rid of them. But you guys can't say then, this is good business. It doesn't work both ways. This is okay business at best. Like this is okay.
Yo, somebody said they're not happy with Odegaard. They just saw 10 minutes.
Egal, just ignore the guy. He's just trying to rile
Look.
people up. Like seriously, Odegaard's had 10 minutes in the Premier League. He had 5 touches. Did he do anything wrong with those 5 touches? He didn't give the ball away. He didn't do anything stupid. Like give the guy some slack.
Oh my God.
At 80 minutes, the
Egal.
game was over. The game was over at that point. You know, we both teams had accepted the draw. So it's just rubbish, man.
Yeah. What are you saying? Yeah.
You know, against Wolves, do you reckon there's a chance we could see Odegaard start over Smith Rowe?
We're gonna talk about Wolves in the next stream. I'm gonna do a stream at 10 o'clock, so I'll get into that. Gio, hello. Who has something playing in the background?
It's not me.
Somebody
Can you
has-
hear me?
It's me,
Yeah.
Yeah, can you mute yourself, TJ? Because I just can't risk having that. Or you know what? Just try come on later next time, okay? Hopefully when you don't got nothing playing in the background. Talk to you later, bro. Gio, what's up?
No, man, I think Arsenal are doing a good job getting rid of the players that they don't see for the future.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I can
door.
see.
Yeah, agreed.
Deadwood out the door. You know what?
Yeah.
I hear your disagreement based on the fact that he could be leaving at the end of the summer anyways, some of these players. But you also have to understand how bad would you call it things can go.
I think you need to remember as well, it's not just the wages that we're getting rid of. We're getting rid of the players themselves. Like, ever since Ozil, Socrates, and even Mustafi's been, linked with leaving, how many of these leaks have there been? Like these, we had the leak with Ceballos and Luiz apparently fighting and all this. There hasn't been any of them since Ozil and Socrates left. So I think it's more a matter of fact that, yes, we're getting rid of their wages and that was going to happen anyway, but for the betterment of the club and the, just the emotions around the club and even in the training ground, it's better for the team. Just getting rid of these toxic players who just bring the team down. It's better for everybody that we just get rid of them as soon as we can.
See, with that one, I don't mind that. If that was the agenda, I don't mind that. But we can't pretend that this was like we got rid of these players because most of them were leaving. The only player that his contract is not running out is Kolasinac. So 1 out of 4. So
I mean, he's on loan anyway. So
yeah, he's on loan, so he's gonna come back end of the season. that's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying Arsenal is not Arteta. This is not Arteta. I'm not giving Arteta the blame. I'm giving board the ownership the blame because they're the ones that gave them the contracts for no apparent reason, and they are not helping us by not signing the players that we need, like a backup left back, maybe a centre back, maybe. Okay, we probably don't need a centre back, but definitely we need a left back because we got no cover there. So at least sign one player and then get rid of them.
Listen.
We can't.
You can't be overcritical about players always misperforming bad. And when we get rid of players that were misperforming, like Mustafi, like Socrates, like Kolasinac, like all these guys, even Ainsley Maitland-Niles hasn't played a minute in a long time. Like, what are we really talking about?
Yeah, come on,
The guy hasn't even played.
No. Can I with Ainsley Maitland-Niles? Yeah, I'm not saying like he's the best player. But some players, are just there for cover. Like some players, you need some players.
Why are you criticizing the Anholt signing if he's there for cover?
No, but Ainsley Maitland-Niles, he's a free player. He's already here. What's the point of getting someone else? Yeah,
Van Aanholt's basically free.
Because Maitland-Niles, first off, isn't a fullback. He's a winger that was made into a midfielder who's then been forced to play fullback. He's also right-footed, not left-footed, which is what you need to prefer for a left-back. And also, for being honest, he's not good enough. Simple as.
Okay. But I cannot not use the same argument for Patrick Van Aanholt because he was a winger too. And
you can, yeah. I agree. I don't want Van Aanholt. I completely agree. But I think if it's the only option, I'd rather take him than get nobody. It's better than nobody because Cedric's been playing well. But how long is he going to play well for? Obviously, the first game he played left back, he was poor. He wasn't the best against Man United. So maybe it was like a diamond in the rough where he's going to have a few good performances, but then the inexperience in that position is going to start creeping through. So I think we just need somebody just to fill that role.
Yes, hard as a comment. Someone said to you, remember it's a pandemic. Come on, mate. Man's asking for a left back, centre back, flipping the whole squad.
No. I didn't. Look, I'm saying maybe, definitely a left back, not even a centre back. We don't need left back, 100%. I don't care what Igal and you say. And the chat says we need a left back because right now we're going into the stretch of the season. Tierney gets knocked sometimes. We need someone to cover him, and he's already has injury problems right now. So we need something there. And Cedric, he's been okay there. But the problem is, he's our best right back. Our best right back is playing left back. So how does that make sense?
So, the thing is, even then, we could put Saka back at left back and then put Pepe on the right. That is possible.
The problem with the thing with Saka is you don't want him to play left back. You want him to be up third forward. So you want someone on the left back to cover. Look what Liverpool did today.
What about
they signed some random guy 2 million.
What about Abdi said? What about what Abdi said about Joel Lopez as a possible like third choice, fourth choice? Because let's be honest, we still have this window. Let me just show you what we've done this year. I feel like we've done a lot of good for the club in the long run. We've actually tried to handle a lot of the issues, which is a lot of the dead wood. And in addition to that, getting rid of some of the bad attitudes, because you can't underestimate how bad some of these attitudes have been in some of these players. So arrivals, yes, there hasn't been a lot of arrivals. There's been Odegaard on loan, right? You've had Matt Ryan come on loan. You've had other players come on loan, and also the permanent signing of that kid from Germany. What's his called?
Is it Schalke? Was that team Schalke or?
No, it was Hertha Berlin. Hertha Berlin.
Yeah,
and then on loan or terminated contracts, right? So we terminated Mustafi's contract. Matt Macy's on loan for the rest of the season, and his contract's terminated at the end of it anyways. So Kolasinac still has another year, but there is an obligation to buy if they stay up, right? Now Mustafi going to Schalke helps us in the long run because that means now if they stay up because of Mustafi helping them, it could also help us get Said Kolasinac's deal permanent, right? I know that's a lot of methodical things. So in the long run, I feel like we've done a lot just this year. I know this doesn't show everything; it's not all up to date, but hey, I'm quite happy with some of the deals that we've done this year. I can't complain. because I feel like we should actually be giving them props by helping getting rid of and thinning the squad. If you remember, Southampton struggled to thin their squad. They worked all year round since Hasenhüttl came in to try to get rid of so many players.
Mm.
And now they're finally good.
But Arsenal, we have an advantage because most of these guys' contracts were running out, and I understand, and I'm not saying like we're gonna do bad, but the thing with me and Arsenal is every time we do something good, we do something bad. So when we sign Gabriel, we sign Willian. When we sign what's his name, who was in the Thomas Party, we give someone else a ridiculous contract. So every time we do something good, we always do something stupid. Like we would give like this summer. Why, like before on the stream, you're talking about David Luiz. Why are we keeping David Luiz? Okay, he's been okay. Yeah, but come on,
It's not official. It's not official yet.
No,
but
can I just
it's
quickly talk about that Luiz one, because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't understand why people are hating on Luiz and why it's a 1-year contract. There's people acting like it's like a 5-year. It's a singular 1-year contract. You complain about Mustafi leaving and that we need players to back up, but then you want to get rid of David Luiz, who's been 20 times better than Mustafi has. David Luiz has made pretty much 0 mistakes this season, bar the game against Southampton when he wasn't particularly good. But like, let's be honest, he hasn't been the worst centre-back. He's been pretty good. He was man of the match against Manchester United, for Christ's sake, who's meant to have this amazing defence. Like, David Luiz, for me, decent enough player. Keep him for a year, make him a squad player. But
my guy's C in the house doing his thing. What do you call it? Taresh, talk to us. What do you think about everything that's gone on? And what do you rate this window?
It's been a pretty good window from my point of view. We addressed the issue of signing a creative midfielder. It's not that it's not unnoticed like earlier years, like when we cried out for a centre back and they eventually signed a winger. Like that sort of window is not repeated here. So I think, yeah, pretty much. And I just feel that we should need a backup left back because, Tierney has injury problems. He sometimes is not fit. So if a backup comes in, I'm pretty much happy. So, yeah.
Okay. And then WSL, what did you rate the window before I say mine?
I'm probably going to give it a 5, simply because I think it's average. I think I knew before the window that we weren't going to sign anybody on a permanent. I'm actually quite surprised at the Odegaard signing. I think that was quite a good signing. I'm upset with the Matt Ryan one because I don't think Matt Ryan's the kind of second goalkeeper we need. He's obviously already been injured, which is quite upsetting. But I'm hoping that we send him back to Brighton and get a new, better second goalkeeper in the summer. But yeah, for incomings, I don't really think it's the best that we could have done. And obviously, we still haven't got that left back. But outgoings, getting rid of the dead wood in Özil, Mustafi, Kolasinac, etc. And even if these loans like actually get finalised, I've just seen the Joe Willock one has just been like properly finished, so he's now a Newcastle player.
Yeah.
I think they're quite good. And I think, again, for me, Willock and Nelson, I'd sell them both. I don't think they're even that good.
Excuse me, can I interrupt?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just do feel that for the past few windows, we haven't been able to generate enough money on selling players. So I think we should make players capable and sell them for good money rather than selling them for free or something like that. So like we should, if we cannot compete with the top 6 teams in terms of money, we should act smartly in the transfer window, like Leicester, how they have sold like their players for good money, Chilwell, and for example, like that, those players. Like we have talent in our squad. It's not that we don't have talent. Like, so sell those players rather than keeping them for a year and like ruining them. So yeah, like in the next window, I expect Lacazette to be sold. Bellerin can fetch us good money and buy for good talent that can actually, take the club forward and in a good direction rather than sticking on to these players and holding sentiments with them. Yeah.
Igal, just about David Luiz, my response is with David Luiz. It's not that he's not been he's been a good centre back for us, but my problem with David Luiz is that as the we need to think long term. Like, how many years does David Luiz honestly have left in him? We don't know. And giving him that year contract, it seems more sentimental. Like we don't want to buy centre back. It's not like he's a great centre back and give him another year. Maybe he can. It's not like the Aubameyang situation. It's like, oh, we cannot afford a centre back, and all of other centre backs are too young to so we can't afford an experienced centre back to replace him. So let's just keep him for an extra year.
Can I just ask, if you could get any centre back right now that's realistic for Arsenal to sign, who would you get, Sahal?
Me, I honestly I haven't done the research about centre backs because it's just that I don't look at. But we can. It's easy to search on centre back because I'm not sure exactly what we probably need the right side.
Let him finish.
You're not letting me finish here. You're not letting me finish. The first we need to identify what position we need in it. So I think we probably need a right-footed centre back because the
that's all I got. Saliba's coming back.
No. Let me finish. With Saliba, I'm saying it because he clearly doesn't rate Saliba because he would have at least let him have a go this season. He would have because we had, in the beginning of the season we had Europa League games with teams that were like nothing. So why did he not even give him a chance there? We had cup games that were no team shit teams as well. He didn't give them a go. So I'm thinking maybe or he doesn't rate Saliba or he doesn't think he's ready. So it's one of the two. So I'm thinking they might buy a right-sided centre back because of that reason. Because maybe they don't like Saliba or they don't rate Saliba for some reason. I'm not sure the situation with Saliba because I know the family issues and his mother passed away. But now look at it, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense the fact that we didn't even let him go because we played that friendly game. Remember, he played the friendly game against
MK Dons.
MK Dons, and he never played again. There was one game, and come on, you have to be honest, yeah. The teams that we played Europa League group stage, yeah, they were top teams, man. They were not as good. They were probably as good as them, man.
Okay,
so why guys, play him?
guys. I need to know from the people in the chat. Do you guys agree or disagree that this has been a good window? Because I feel like this has been a remarkable window in the terms of how many people we've let go and how many departures we've had. Departures, this has been amazing. When it comes to bringing people in, I get you. We haven't brought in enough people to say we're going to now push for top 4 or push for any improvement. We've only brought in stopgaps and short-term solutions. But if this means because we went short-term in the short term, and in the long run we can go and get a Jack Grealish, I'm quite happy with that. But yo, I got YS in the house. Bringing my guy. Yo, chat to me, bro. What's good? Yo, sorry about yesterday, bro. We couldn't hear anything. Could you speak up?
Yeah, yesterday I had a problem with my mic. I don't know why it's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, JR, bro. The link is in the chat. If you want to see it, jump in. Guys. So what were you trying to say, bro? Do you think this is a good window?
So far we're getting the deadwood out. So like we're Mustafi, Kolasinac, all these man that no one wants to buy them. We're just getting them out, just so free up the wages. So in the summer we should buy more players like that, you know. So far it's a 6 out of 10 window.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yes. You know what? I feel like that's pretty fair. Everyone's giving 6s, 7s.
I'll give a 5.
Obviously, we got one. We got 1 3 from.
Bro, it's a 3. Don't even question. It's a 3, man. Well, come back to me end of the year.
No, man. Respect your opinion, man. Respect your opinion.
Come back to me end of the year. I'm gonna be looking for right-footed centre backs, man. I'm gonna do a scouting mission, man. I need to find.
Why are you too funny? Oh my god.
Don't worry, I'm gonna find one. Don't worry, man. Don't worry about me. I will find the right. Because
listen,
I
Sahal,
know
don't worry.
Players, but I'm thinking I don't want to let the cat out the bag. You know, these
Sahal,
players might be.
I'm not making fun of you here, but if you want to find a right-footed centre back, it shouldn't be hard.
Nah, it's not hard, man. It's not hard, man. I'm just joking, man.
It shouldn't be hard.
No,
can I just quickly say one thing about Saliba as well, right?
Yeah.
I've been watching a few of his performances at Nice because I really like Saliba. Like I was watching him a little bit when he was even playing at Saint Etienne, like when we were first linked with him. And I don't understand if Arteta is freezing him out, or whether it's the club or whatever. They need to be instantly looked at, because seriously, he's a talent. Look at what he's doing at Nice. He's already got, like, I think, one man of the match performance. Well, like he was up there for man of the match. You know, he's been really good for Nice, and they've had a struggling season. Like, they've really been struggling, especially with finances. And he's come in and changed them instantly. So,
I think
for me, it's raw talent, and if we aren't seeing that talent in the player, then questions seriously need to be asked, because he obviously has gone through a lot of troubles with his mum passing and everything else, but he's a footballer. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to focus him with football. And I don't think the club want to get rid of him. Otherwise, they would have just sold him. Obviously, they sent him out on loan. So hopefully he comes back in and Arteta's forced to play him, because he's a great player, and he's exactly what we need.
I completely hear you. But I just want to show you guys something. Can I show you guys something? 1 second. These aren't only my words. Even David Onstein saying it's been completing all these departures has been remarkable. Basically, let's be honest. Arsenal is set to complete a remarkable window of departures with Mustafi to Schalke, Willock to Newcastle, Ainsley Maitland-Niles to West Brom, and all the deals that they've already done. Like, let's be honest. You got to give them some credit. We can always make fun of the club when they get things wrong, but this window they've done quite well. Hussein's in the house. Hussein.
Yo, what's up, big girl? How you doing, bro?
1 second. 1 second, Sahal. As somebody who doesn't support a Premier League club, be honest. The lack of transfers. Are you surprised Arsenal have been able to do so much ins and outs in general?
I think it was eventually expected, right? You know, there's a lot of deadwood. There's a lot of players with high wages, but I think for you to get it done mostly in like one transfer window rather than like in a stretch of a year, I think that's really been successful for Arsenal, because, you know, you've got Ozil. With his wages, it's kind of like for some clubs impossible to get him. So what they did in Turkey was they had like not just the club but help of other people in order to help him with his wages. So I think, you know, that was very good. You've got Kolasinac out, you've got Mustafi out. That's good as well. You know, you guys don't really need them. They're not good. We both know that. And yeah, I think the transfer window will only be better if you can get maybe a left back to cover. I don't know what the deal with Van Anholt is about. I think he's decent. I think you have to understand though that he's not like the same age as Tierney. He's not the same talent as Tierney. So I think for him to be just a cover is pretty much okay.
Bro, something happened to your mic. Who is that? Yusuf, we can't hear you. I mean, YS, we can't hear your mic. Something's wrong with it.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, fans don't like. He's only good going forward, and you need a good backup to the team. Someone you can chat.
No, I don't know what's going on with your mic.
YS,
are you on and off?
Are you using like a Bluetooth headset or like AirBuds or anything like that?
Yeah, wait. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
If it's Bluetooth, then they're not the best for StreamYard. You might want to try and get like wired headphones or something.
Mic, bro. These men are saying they can hear me.
It's like on and off. It's like on and off. Yeah.
Yeah, wait. I don't know what's wrong with my mic today.
So basically, my thing is, you know, it's not hard to find the right-footed centre back. What's hard is to find the skill set, and you know, it's hard to find someone that's first team quality. Like especially every position, you will see like teams taking their time signing players. So it's not hard to find a right-footed centre back. It's really hard to find someone quality enough, good enough, and that's has enough experience to start for Arsenal. Like, that's hard, but you finding a right centre, that's easy. But the other ones is so hard to find, especially now that teams are looking for these kind of centre backs, ball playing centre backs, people that are comfortable on the balls.
There is a lack. 1 second, Sahal. There is a lack of top quality center backs in the
Yeah.
world of football right now. I get that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to saying it's hard to find a player who has a specific skill set, it's not that hard really with analytics and everything. It's hard to find a player that suits your price bracket and your style of play and suits you fully to the T. Even the players who some teams are going after, they don't suit them fully. Because let's be honest, if Liverpool were seriously wanted a center back, do you think they're going to go for these two guys if it wasn't for the COVID situation and the whole situation with the whole pandemic and everything else going on right now? They would never go after them. They would never be linked to a Socrates or a Mustafi in their life if it was up to them. But because they're so desperate, they're getting these players. And Arsenal right now, we're lucky. We're in a desperate situation, but we haven't actually gone and have to spend 50 million on a player. We haven't had to go spend 20 million on a player. We've gone for safe options. And you know what? At some point, you have to say to yourself, in the circumstances we're in, the club did a good job finding stopgaps. And I'm happy with that right now because I know it's not a permanent deal. And even though we made fun of David Luiz's contract, he's been good since the beginning of the season. He's been decent. And last year we made fun of Cedric and Pablo Mari's contracts. Guess what? Their contracts have been good. The club's done a decent job with those deals. And recently we've needed Cedric. So everyone who's making fun of us signing Cedric, the past couple of days we've needed him, and we should be happy that we got the deals when we did, because those deals look like they're smart deals now. I'm happy with the direction that the club looks like they're turning in a better direction, and they're looking like they're more focused on the future, and at the same time they're not letting situations get out of hand like the way they used to in the past. We would have, under the old regime, we would have been happy with Runnerson, and even though he made mistakes, we would have tried to cover up those mistakes by saying we believe in him, he's young, instead of going and getting a Matt Ryan, which is showing progress.
I think intelligent is the correct word. Like, they acted intelligently, like spending not too much money, whereas doing the job for the team is what I would say.
I think at the end of the day, these signings are very short term. I don't think we're going to sign Matt Ryan or even Ødegaard on a permanent. I think Ødegaard, whether he plays well or not, it's going to be too difficult. And then Ryan, we're very interested in Freddie Woodman from Newcastle. He's on loan at Swansea. His dad is a goalkeeping coach at the club, which is why I say that I didn't really want Ryan, because Woodman for me is a much better keeper. He's younger, and again, his dad has big ties to the club. I understand why we didn't sign him, because cutting a loan and then instantly selling him, Newcastle weren't up for that. But I think if Matt Ryan's the permanent solution, that's not good enough.
No, it's not.
But as a 6 month solution, it's much better than Runarsson.
I think Freddie Woodman in the long run could be England's number one, because don't forget, this is a guy who's he's related to Southgate in some way.
Yeah, I think he's
You got.
I mean, I don't think Southgate's going to be in a job for much longer, if I'm being totally honest. But yeah, I see what you mean, Ago.
Yeah, depends on what happens with the Euros.
Yeah.
You got my problem with the players. It's not all of them. I don't have a problem with all of them. Like, for example, Cedric and Pablo Mari. It's not Arteta I'm giving the blame to. I'm giving the owners the blame. Look, for example, Cedric, we could have bought him, and if you buy a player, you have the negotiation.
So, can we please move past this? I get it. You've tried to explain it to us numerous times. Honestly, people are going to get bored of it if we keep constantly talking about it. Let's just try to move on, okay? I want to go back to the Freddie Woodman point. Have you guys seen have you guys seen him play for Swansea recently?
Yes. They've been really good this season, Swansea. I think they're second in Championship, and that's down to him. Look at how many clean sheets the guy's got. He's been excellent. Like, some of the saves he's pulled off. To get him away from Newcastle is going to be difficult, but we've got to go with ambition in the summer. We've just got to go there with the money, and that's it. We've just got to take him away.
I completely disagree. I think it's going to be easier than you think to get him away from Newcastle, because Newcastle is the kind of club where if they see him as a long-term project and they need short-term solutions, they're going to get rid of him in order to get money in.
I will say this about Newcastle: they're so underrated for their goalkeeping production. Look at Dubravka, look at Darlow, look at Woodman. Like, they've got some excellent keepers, and they're so underrated. I rate Newcastle for that. I'd even argue Darlow should be up there for England's number one, because other than Nick Pope, I don't really think Pickford's been on that level.
Oh, no.
I mean, T-Rex Arms is just going to let another goal into the Euros, isn't he? And he's going to throw it away. But...
Exactly.
Yeah, so this kid's a baller, man. I would love to see him at Arsenal eventually. And you know what? The link to his dad also being a goalkeeping coach at the club and him being a former Arsenal player, right?
That always helps. That always
I
helps.
think he was an ex-Arsenal player. Yeah.
Yeah, so that always you always have that affiliation to the club. And you know what? If the club did get Runnerson based on a recommendation, why not get the goalkeeping coach's son on a recommendation if he's this good? I would love to have him. And forget about Upamecano. He's going to Bayern. He's not going to United.
Yeah, he's going to Bayern. Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Grealish, we could talk about him all day. We could do a whole stream dedicated to him after the window, but I really believe he's coming. I don't know about you guys.
I don't see it, to be honest.
I mean, I see people hating on you, Agal, for saying that, like, especially the Man United fans. But come on, man. Like, I don't think we have a higher chance than United, but do United really need him? They need a right winger. Grealish can play on the left or in the middle. Like, they don't need Jack Grealish. They need to spend a lot of money on a good right winger. I just don't see him. I don't see him buying a Jadon Sancho and a Grealish. I don't see that.
Yeah, Liverpool signed another player from Preston.
Yeah, Ben Davies from Preston.
Ben Davies.
Yeah. He's a young player. He's like a bit of a Joe Rodon, I think, from Tottenham. Like, they'll play him every now and then. And I don't know.
You know what it is? People talk about Arsenal having no money, but if we did what Liverpool did this window, we would get absolutely destroyed.
Yep.
They get away with murder, these guys.
Let's be honest. This Schalke defender, it's a panic buy. It's a pure panic buy.
Oh, Kabak, yeah.
Dude, Newcastle, they've just released that Newcastle had agreed to sign him, and literally Liverpool came in today and just took him away from him. So it's a panic buy. It's like Cavani a bit. Like, I think he'll be a decent solution, but it's a panic buy.
I feel like the whole Liverpool system has been a joke. Like the way they do their windows.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense. I get it. They hit big with Jota, but their transfers don't make sense. Who's clicking a pen?
Not me, man.
Whoever's doing that, it annoys the life out of me. Okay. Now someone's watching ESPN.
What, I mean, I ain't got ESPN over here.
That's not me.
I ain't got ESPN over here.
Sky Sports in the background, just on mute.
I'm just looking at Twitter.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
In which position do you think Ainsley Maitland-Niles would play in West Brom? Because they have they have signed a midfielder. Okay, his name is OK something. So I don't know where he will play.
Yeah,
based on what WSL told me, I think he's going there with assurances that he's going to play all over the pitch.
Okay, so do you see a future at Arsenal?
I could see him play on the left. I could see him play as a left wing back, a left back, a right back, a right wing back, right winger, right midfielder, and
keeper.
All over the pitch.
He'll be better than Runison. He'll be better than Runison Trust.
If you're going to ask me one position that he's going to play, and he's going to play out and out, I think he's going to play as a right midfielder of a 4-4-2. If they play that way, do they play with a 4-4-2?
I don't think so.
If they play with a 4-4-2, you're going to see him either as a right midfielder of a 4-4-2, or you're going to see him as a central midfielder in a double pivot. That's what I think is going to happen.
You know, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, my problem with him, I don't understand why is he not like accepting, because you know the profile of his player, everyone would love a utility player. So I don't understand why is he not accepting that, because everyone would love a utility player like Milner. Like he could be the modern day Milner. Like he can have literally a career of being a utility player. So I'm not
the
sure.
The player wants to leave. It's not the club's choice.
Not Arsenal. I'm talking about him himself. Like he's saying, I don't want to play as right back in it.
No, he wants to push for the England team. What don't you get? This is a man who was starting for England before their last international break. He wants to get back into that team. Arsenal want to increase the value of the player. Realistically, we just want to sell Ainsley for a respectable price. If anyone sends us, the link is in the comment section, bro. It's a highlighted tweet message. Anyways, if he wanted to really join us, I mean, if he really wanted to be sold, he wants to be sold for an adequate price by the club. The club wants at least 20 million tops. If Leicester would have came in for 20 million, you know what? We would have sold him. But they came at us disrespectfully, probably with a cheap offer.
I don't think they would have sold him.
No, it's not about like him selling him or keeping him, or Like I'm talking about him as a player. Like he's saying, remember the interview? He goes like, "I want to be a midfielder," but he doesn't. Then he came out later saying, "I'm don't mind." But you can tell as a
He
person
has
I've been
he has the
watching.
issues.
I've been watching him. It's like he's not accepting to play a right back or left back or whatever in it. But if I was him, I'd be like, wait a minute, I'm playing for Arsenal. It doesn't matter what position I'm playing, and being a utility player in the Premier League, it is valued so much because he would make the England squad straight away because there ain't no other utility player in the squad. He will make automatically.
There's many England. There's loads of utility players in the England squad.
Yeah, name like one player that can play.
Jordan Henderson can play center back.
Henderson.
Gomez can play right back and center back.
I have there's a big one that everybody's forgetting. You've got to look at someone like Sterling. He could play striker, attacking midfield, left wing, right wing. That's a player right there. Sancho can play both wings.
I'm talking about more defensive.
Bukayo Saka, he plays left wing back for England. He can play. He can play anywhere. There's loads of different players. Oh, Eric Dyer's trash, dude.
Yeah, he is better.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Do you guys really think we were never gonna? One second. Were we never gonna sell to Leicester? If Leicester gave me 20 million, I'm selling tomorrow because I want that 20 million.
I don't know. It's a difficult one because again, you're trying to strengthen a rival for top 4 and everything, and I think at the same time, it really depends. If Maitland-Niles was like saying that he wants to play at midfield at Leicester, then at the same time I think that would make sense because Leicester, what they were trying to do was that they were trying to loan out Hamza Chowdhury to West Brom, but instead of that, West Brom decided to buy Maitland-Niles instead of loaning Hamza Chowdhury from Leicester. So it's like a bit of both. Like you can bring him in, but he has to play at midfield and not right back because their right back options are already very strong in Castagne and Ricardo Pereira, although I think he's like injured most of the time, but still.
He's injured, yeah.
Hey, Tish, what are you saying?
I think if Maitland-Niles goes to Leicester, with that ecosystem and all, I think they would convert him to an 80 million player and sell it for him. Because I think they have that club infrastructure and all so that young people can prosper. Like how you can see how Fofana developed so quickly and adapted to the Premier League. You can see their young talent, how they have come and they have gone, they have sold for good money. So I think if Maitland-Niles goes to Leicester, he can, develop into one of the future stars. I do feel that he has the potential, and yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I hear that. Tish, be on the post. What are you saying?
Yeah, I think Southampton was the club that was looking to sign him, and for some reason we have not given them the chance to sign him because if they would have signed him,
they pulled out. That's not true. They pulled out. They said they didn't want the deal no more.
There were talks going on, but the parties got frustrated with what was happening with the agent and everything. So with his agent and maybe even Arsenal as a club, so that is why they pulled out eventually. But even considering the fact that Southampton would have agreed terms, I doubt that Arsenal would have sold him to them because they are looking good. And even same thing applies to Leicester. You don't want to give them a young player that is probably could become a regular England international. And then at the end of the day, you will be suffering because it could be another top player in the making if he actually settles and achieves his full potential. So I think West Brom loan, again, these guys have certain doubts whether he can still do it or not. And that is why they have only loaned him out to West Brom. Otherwise, they had the option of selling him off in the summer and they didn't take it again.
Okay. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Before we wrap it up, do you think Arsenal can get anything else done, and what could it be before the window closes? So
hopefully a left back, and that's about it. To be honest, I think we can survive until the summer with that, just a left back, hopefully.
Okay, WSL, you think we can get anything done before the window closes?
I have a weird, obviously, I'm just getting vibes of the Matt Ryan signing, where it just comes out of nowhere. We know nothing about it, and it just happens. And I have a weird feeling that we're going to do that today. And I think it's going to be Van Anholt, but I mean, there's not long left, so they're going to have to hurry up with it. But I don't think it will happen, but I'm hoping.
Guys, if there's anything on Twitter that you guys have seen, tell me.
I'm constantly updating.
Wait, is the championship? You can sign players after the window closes, right?
No, not this window.
Not this one.
Oh, it's not this one. Okay.
No, but they're not going to sign anyone. They've already taken a loan to pay out the wages of a lot of players who have the deadwood that has left the club. They don't have any money unless they would have probably sold Niles or Torreira or someone. Then they would have had the cash in hand. They've even let go Mustafi without getting any money for him as well. So don't think they're going to spend at all.
Okay.
Not at least right now.
Fun fact: Reece Nelson is the last Premier League starter for Arsenal who scored against.
What?
Against?
The Premier League champions Liverpool. This guy, LT
Oh, yeah, he
Arsenal,
did.
is the funniest guy ever. LT Arsenal, man.
Yeah, wasn't that a Lacazette assist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, Reece Nelson. I can't believe Reece Nelson is the one guy who wasn't able to go and make a move.
On the loan in it.
Yeah, you think he would? You think
Yeah,
he'd be
he
able
was
to make?
the one guy I'd be like, there's no way he's gonna make the squad, especially because Ateta prefers Willian over him. So don't know why he's staying.
No, I think it's a good thing that he's staying because see, if Willock is going and if Eddie is not going to be getting game time, then I think there is still a chance that Nelson can somehow get into the team because we're already losing quite a few of our players, and Ozil has now left, so there is no chance of that happening anymore. So I think overall there is a chance that Nelson may get a few games in the Europa League. Maybe it could be possible that he may play in the second leg if we win the first leg comfortably. That generally doesn't happen, but if it happens, then he can possibly play as well.
Okay. What do you call it? I think Hussein, as an outsider,
Yeah.
do you think there's any realistic opportunity? Anything else can happen in this window for us, or is it's done?
What I'm gonna say is this. I think you guys can get a left back. I think Van Anholt, in my opinion, I think it will happen. But my question right now is if I can get like a short answer from you guys is what do you guys think will happen to Balogun? And there's always like these rumors with like, you know, some kind of top 6 club going for Costa. And do you think Arsenal is that club trying to get Costa
Can I
to
just
replace Balogun?
quickly put in there? They've apparently about 2 hours ago they've said that it's West Ham that are interested in Costa after they sold
really?
Haller. They're looking at a new striker, and Diego Costa's the choice they're looking at.
Yeah, I put in the comments out. I was thinking it could be either Arsenal or West Ham, but I mean,
They're saying right now it's highly likely that it's West Ham.
Where will he fit in at Arsenal? We already got Lacazette, we got Aubameyang, who both want to play central. We're not able to give Balogun a chance. We got Eddie in the squad, who's crap, but he's there somewhere in the pecking order. So we got 4 strikers. Why do we need a 5th striker? If we want to give someone a chance, we should be giving it to Balogun at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think it'll be West Ham.
No. I think Balogun is adamant not to sign a new contract, so there's no point in playing him, like, so as to letting him go for free. So I don't think Balogun will play.
My thing is, I believe he would have signed if Akatia, if we sold Akatia or let him go, I think he would have signed because all those game time would have gone to him. I think he has probably more talent than Akatia. I know Akatia was good for us, but we've seen he's been here long enough, and I believe he needs a new start or a loan. So I believe Balogun would have been a great player. Like the Europa League game showed his quality, and I think he should have.
No, don't go on the Europa League games. Pepe was looking great in the Europa League. But the thing is, one more thing. If he goes to Liverpool,
there must be merit. Like he did well.
There is.
Didn't do well.
No, he also did well. He also scored in those games. If you remember, even Willock scored in those games. The thing is, if he's thinking of going to Liverpool for game time, then he's kidding himself because even Harvey Elliott is out on loan because he's not able to get into the Liverpool team. So if Balogun is thinking that I'll go to Liverpool and I'm going to get any kind of game time, then he's trolling himself. If he goes to a smaller club which needs a striker, then possibly he can actually play some football. But I think the better thing is that he should trust his ability and wait for Eddie to be out of the squad, which will happen maybe at the end of the season. Nikitia will be sold and then he will get his chances because we need another striker. And unless we sign someone in the summer, Balogun will definitely get his chances.
I'm going to wrap it up. Tarish, what do you think is going to happen?
I think with Maitland-Niles going the other way to West Brom, I think Anholt will come to Arsenal, I think. Yeah.
But that's 2 different clubs.
No, I mean, with Maitland-Niles going, I think the other guy will come in.
Okay. Guys, I genuinely feel like the window has been. I feel like the window has been successful in the sense that we've gotten rid of a lot of the dead wood that we wanted to get rid of, even though we've had to terminate a lot of the contracts. I wouldn't say it's been a 10 out of 10, but I would give it a 6. I think that's fair, a fair window. And the reason why I said it's a good window is because we've been able to get out more players than I thought we'd be able to get out, and I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, honestly, it's been great doing the stream. I appreciate it, and hopefully you guys are back at 10 o'clock. I'm gonna be doing a stream talking about the game versus Wolves at their house. So we'll talk about that game at 10 o'clock. Later, people, we're out of here. Peace.